I was gonna provide my reasons in detail for why I don't like FF7 Rebirth and Remake, but then I thought, I don't want to do that. I just don't like these games. I don't like how Sephiroth appears. So every 5 seconds, it feels like kind of goading Cloud. I mean, that would be cool if you've never played OG FF7, but if you have, FF7 OG has a very different pacing. It's all in one game for starters. Um, excluding the fact that it's on 2 discs originally. But what I'm saying is that because it's all contained in a single story, there is no part one, part two, and part three. It feels more cohesive. Sure, it does have goofy moments, but I mean, that's cool. It's fine. Um, at the same time, Sephiroth doesn't appear until I believe just you get a hint of him just before you leave Midgard because he kills Shinra, the Shinra head, and because he kills the Shinra head, you see his sword, and that's like the first little hint that, oh my gosh, this is Sephiroth. But you don't really get an idea of just how bad Sephiroth is until much later. And that provides some mystery because up until that point, Shinra is like the main antagonist for the characters. Like, oh man, we're gonna take down the big corporation. But then it's like, oh wait, Sephiroth? He's the bad guy? We should go get him. And then it turns into that after you leave Midgard. And with Rebirth, I thought Remake was fine, but Rebirth, oh my god, I thought the map was too big. I actually didn't finish Rebirth because I wasn't enjoying it. I wasn't having fun, and the side quests were lackluster. Listen. I'm not saying that the side quests had to be Witcher 3 levels of good. That's a tall order, but I'm saying that they could have been better than what we were given because the side quests are pretty much go here, like kill these monsters, have an escort mission, maybe do something with these potions, play Queen's Blood, something like that. It just, it wasn't clicking. And not only is the map too big, traversing the map is also not very fun, even with the chocobos. It kind of reminds me of playing or slogging through FF15. Now, I did like FF15 at first, but then as I kept playing it and I kept paying attention to the story, I got bored and I realized that, hey, this game isn't really fun either. It's a chore to play. And if it's a chore to play, then I'm just not playing it. And I don't know. I think that's how Rebirth feels. And that's why I'm not really interested in part 3, whatever that title's going to be called, if it even comes out. Because if it's just another Rebirth hash, then I'm not going to be interested. It doesn't look fun. And I really, above all else, I don't like the fact that they ruined Aerith's death in the remake, and then they brought Zack back from the dead. Because Zack's whole thing was he sacrificed himself for Cloud. And that's the reason Cloud is the way he is, because of Zack. And now, all of a sudden, Zack's sacrifice is basically like, well, if I know he's gonna come back, then what the hell's the point of being sad that you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, in Kingdom Hearts, a lot of characters have Nomura has a really bad habit of not letting characters die. So, for example, the main bad guys in Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2, they come back in 3, even though you for sure killed them. Like, you saw their bodies disappear. But no, they're back in 3. Why? Because the plot demands it. And that really makes it feel like these earlier games, just like, what was the point? Like, I went through all this trouble to kill the bad guys, but oh, they're alive? Like, what's the point? And then for 7, it's like, okay, so I'm crying over Zack's death. Oh, but wait, he comes back in Rebirth? Why should I feel sad then? It's the Dragon Ball Z problem, where characters aren't allowed to just stay dead, so the threat of death, or the permanent death, is just null. Because Why should I cry over Krillin dying for like the 10th time when I can just bring him back with the Dragon Balls? What's the point? There's no stakes. There's no like sense of urgency in Rebirth, I feel, because you spend so much time goofing around and having all these silly moments, which was in the OG as well, but the silly moments were well placed. It wasn't 10 hours of silly and then all of a sudden it's like only 1 hour of very serious plot moments where everybody's crying. That's weird. It's weird pacing. In fact, that's kind of what happens in Kingdom Hearts 3. This is Kingdom Hearts 1. But in Kingdom Hearts 3, 90% of the game is just Sora goofing around and then sprinkling in little tiny hints, but Sora himself is not really taking this seriously. So he's like, it's fine, I don't gotta worry about it. And then when the third act happens, it's like all of a sudden, oh, shit, I should have been taking this seriously. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like Nomura's writing style for Kingdom Hearts is kind of bleeding into Final Fantasy. And listen, I'm playing through those games right now. I love Kingdom Hearts. However, they are not without flaws. And I feel like the flaws in this franchise is bleeding into this franchise because Nomura has some really bad writing habits.